I think biopics are the only genre where people get personally offended if you say, "Yeah, I was bored." Like suddenly you become the villain. Oh, you didn't connect with the emotional depth of this 3-hour historical masterpiece? Brother, I'm trying. And lately, Hollywood has become obsessed with biopics. Oppenheimer, Michael, Marty Supreme, Elvis, Napoleon, whatever famous person breathes too loudly next week. Because studios realized something genius. Real people are the safest intellectual property on Earth. The audience already knows the name, already knows the tragedy, already knows the cultural impact. So before the movie even starts, the emotional attachment is pre-installed. And that creates this weird problem where you're not really allowed to dislike these movies anymore. Because if you say, honestly, this was slow and kinda empty, people react like you insulted history itself. And this is my actual problem with biopics. A real human life does not fit neatly into a movie structure. Real life is messy, uneventful sometimes, random sometimes, emotionally unresolved most of the time.
Eu sei que eu posso ser campeão. Deixa sempre na hora do Brasil.
But Hollywood can't sell that. So what do? They force reality into cinematic structure. Suddenly, every conversation becomes the most important conversation ever written. Every silence becomes Oscar bait. Every real human being starts talking like they know they're about to win Best Actor. And then people call this prestige filmmaking. No, bro, half the time you're watching expensive historical fan fiction. Because to make real life entertaining, they have to exaggerate things, compress timelines, rewrite personalities, invent emotional confrontations, turn complicated people into simplified movie characters. And honestly, at some point, you stop watching history and start watching mythology. And here's the thing that frustrates me the most. Every time somebody dislikes a biopic, the internet immediately pulls out the same defense. You just don't appreciate slow cinema. Brother, I watched Dark. I watched Severance. I sat through slow Korean psychological dramas where two people stare at rain for 11 minutes. Clearly, slow pacing is not the issue, because audiences love slow stories when the tension feels real. The problem with a lot of biopics is they feel emotionally predetermined. You already know the outcome. You already know the downfall. You already know the legacy. So now the entire movie depends on one thing. Can the actor imitate the real person convincingly enough? That's it. And sometimes these movies genuinely feel like celebrity karaoke, a very expensive impression. Like, look guys, he sounds exactly like him. Okay, cool. Where's the actual story? And I think that's why people get defensive about biopics, because they confuse importance with entertainment. A person being historically important does not automatically make the movie emotionally engaging. That's why documentaries usually feel more honest to me, because documentaries educate you. Biopics try to emotionally manipulate you. Sad music, slow zoom, actor crying while staring out a window. Everybody in theaters pretending they just witnessed the meaning of life. Meanwhile, deep down, you're sitting there thinking, why does this feel like homework? And then you feel guilty for even thinking that. That's the trap. And honestly, I don't hate biopics. Some of them are genuinely incredible. But I am tired of pretending every famous person movie is automatically prestige cinema, because sometimes it really is just a well-acted Wikipedia page. And maybe biopics work better as documentaries anyway. Not because real stories are boring, but because forcing real human lives into blockbuster formulas usually creates something emotionally artificial. And honestly, I think audiences feel that artificiality now, even if they can't fully explain it yet. But what do you think? Am I completely wrong here? Or has Hollywood started using based on a true story as an automatic shield against criticism? And if you enjoy these kinds of movie and Hollywood conversations, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon so you don't miss the next one.